Happy Thursday. Phil Lindeman with your midday news on Krystal 93. The Forest Service has just given the green light to e-bikes on singletrack, but it won't be easy or fast. A new e-bike policy unveiled this morning tells forest managers machines can be used on hiking and biking trails, but only after public input and environmental analysis. E-bikes are currently allowed on all Forest Service roads and 60,000 miles of motorized trail. State lawmakers are voting today on a $36 billion budget. That's the largest in history. And local Representative Julie McCluskie made it happen as chair of the Bipartisan Budget Committee.
Our one responsibility as a legislature is to bring forward a balanced budget every year. So I'm proud of that bipartisan approach.
That budget gives millions back to programs cut during the pandemic and new money to emerging issues.
Affordable housing projects, we're making investments in our behavioral and mental health care system, and we're putting dollars into a lot of workforce talent pipeline development.
McCluskie is confident the budget will pass the State House today and the Senate next week. Summit County 3-year-olds are soon eligible for pre-K scholarships. Aid is open to 3-year-olds who live here in Summit with at least one parent who works here full-time. There will also be salary limits. Child care officials have been working on this pre-K funding for years. Even with scholarships, though, child care is still struggling with no staff and no transportation when parents need it. So is a 4-day school week the answer? Mary Kay Dorr with Summit Schools.
We've talked about that just in the last couple of weeks about what does it mean to do this the best way? What is the best way to move forward for our students, number one, for our staff, and for our families?
Also on the table is year-round school. A recent review of policies and practices at Mind Springs Health is wrapping up today.
This is something that we have been tracking on for years now, this disconnect between what the system is set up to do, what the policies and procedures are set up to do, what we expect to happen, and then people's experience in the community when they try to access care.
That was Dave McCluskie with Rocky Mountain Health Plans, the insurance provider handling that review. Mind Springs is facing serious backlash from Summit officials who say the clinic has been failing locals for years. Peak Health Alliance has named a new CEO. Ann Ladd comes to the health co-op from a policy group in Wyoming, and she's got the approval of her predecessor, Claire Brockbank.
A fantastic person who I've worked with a lot over 30 years. She's absolutely great.
Ladd serves as interim executive while the Peak Health Board searches for a permanent replacement. Avalanche danger is moderate today in the Vail Summit County zone at and above tree line. Danger is low below tree line. Your problems are persistent slab and wind slab. In sports, the Nuggets beat the Pacers yesterday, 125-118. Tonight, the Avalanche play the Sharks at 7. The U.S. men's national soccer team has qualified for the World Cup despite losing to Costa Rica yesterday. The U.S. men failed to qualify in 2018. And in local sports, brought to you by Cassandra Schultz & Associates with American Family in Dillon. Summit High Girls Lacrosse is playing Roaring Fork at home today. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.